Hello and welcome back. We are playing Three Kingdoms: The Last Warlord as Zhang. Last episode, we called this UG to our city so we could do some Hana card stuff. We also defended a couple spots, as well as moved around some officers to try and make sure the governors were nice. And we might have taken a city, or that might have been the episode before. But right now, we're going to do some Hana card stuff. So first things first is I'm going to move my camera. And the reason why is in the bottom right corner is going to be how we're doing in the Hana card stuff. And we are playing against UG, who is a sage. He is going to be extra lucky. And all we need to do is beat him. Right here is the amount of rounds we have to beat him, so we do not need to full win. And I will talk through some of my thought process on these hands. So first thing is, can we pick up any things like this? So we could pick up the adjuvant. We do not have any 9s or 7s, which have the other adjuvants. So I think I like just, well, that still seems like it's probably our best to play, so we're going to play that and pick this up. We also now have 2 rares, so our backup plan can be going for 5 rares. Our primary plan is probably trying to get Simi Yi and Cao Cao down, and then maybe pick off Liu Bei as a guy. So we will pick up the SR here rather than picking up the normal. Okay. And now we have 2 adjuvants, but we do not have a 9, which picks up the last one, which is Ma Dai. So here. So we can just get lucky and pick this guy up, just dropping random stuff down. And now we have a little bit of a choice. Do we want to drop our 4 with the plans of putting down our 4 later, but he might have a 4? Or do we want to drop our 8? I think with Zhang Fei still in play, we want to drop the 4. Just in case he is a Zhang Fei, we don't want him to play it, and then I think play Macau. Oh, he's already gotten Macau. So, okay, and it tables, so we will pick that up. And now it's not looking very good for us in terms of hitting our turbulence time, which we need Liu Bei to appear. We need to drop this 2 on him. And so we will drop our 2 last in hopes that he plays down a Liu Bei. But, oh, there we go. We just get lucky and we get the adjuvant. The way it works is you get points equal to 5 times the amount of points it says in the details thing. So we get a ton of points for adjuvant and 1 point for having 5 rares. So we'll settle now. If we click continue and then we don't manage to beat him, then we just... Or if we click continue and then he scores points, we just lose everything. So generally speaking, you want to end rounds when you can. We will pick up Cao Cao. And we also have Liu Bei in hand, so we are in a decent position to go for turbulence time, which is getting 3 of... we have to play Guanping. Turbulence time is getting the 3 rulers of the 3 kingdoms, Sun Quan, Liu Bei, or Cao Cao, and then also getting what's Simi Yi instead of one of those. Okay, hopefully we get lucky and we just pick up Guan Yu at some point. It's going to be hard for us to get adjuvant now that he's gotten Sun Quan. We need to pick up Simi Yi and play down our Liu Bei. We also really don't want him to get Liu Bei, so we're going to play the 4 and the 12 last. Because if he gets Guan Yu and Liu Bei, he wins. He's also getting up there in the SRs and the rares, so it's not looking good. There we go. But we still have more than him, and he gives us an archery book, which is not what we were looking for, so we're going to play another one. We want low rolls for this, so a 9 means we're going to have to do all 60 points of damage, most likely. Low rolls mean you just kind of like got to pip him a couple times. This is overall a pretty good opener. It's extremely good because we can pick up Sun Quan in the first round, which I think we want to do. So now we have Liu Bei. We do not have a way to... Well, that's extremely lucky. So now all we have to do is play Liu Bei out and we'll get 15 points. So we're going to play for that. And try and block ways of him winning till we can get Liu Bei down. And keep an eye on... So we kind of... Now we're in a little bit of bad shape because he has 4 rares, so we want to try and make sure he cannot play out his rares. And we do not want to drop any rares on the table. We cannot stop him if he has a 3 from picking up Lu Su. But we want to... Yeah, just get unlucky. The AI gets more lucky, or they'll have better, like, flips off the top when they are the Sage, like, much better. And so you just gotta live with it. This is pretty good open, I think. We could also pick up Lu Su with our 3, but Sun Quan is also a 3, so... Whereas they're only... What did we pick up at the start? Yeah, so the only good 6s are the 2 we picked up, so... Or the only 2 especially good 6s. We're decent going for rare as a backup plan. A little bummed to see Liu Bei go out like that. Since we can't roll Liu Bei, we don't mind putting down our 2s. The only good 2s are Liu Bei and Zhao Yun. And Zhao Yun's just good because he's an SR instead of... So he's only medium good. And I'm pretty sure we are just going to end... Because we are going to hit 5 rares. We're going to double check the details and see... If we had a 9 in our hand, maybe we would continue hoping to get a Jukin, but we don't, so we're just going to pick up the 5 points and then run with it. Alright, so this is extremely good. We're going to pick up Guan Yu, and then try and play Liu Bei for the quick 15 points. I don't think we should go for more than that. Yeah, there's no other things that I think point things we can get easily. So we'll just do that. I think the AI might randomly play cards that it's legally allowed to play. So we have 2 3s, and we have both the good 3s, so I think we're just going to play them right out. The question is, which one do we want to play first? We do not have much to pick up Wisdom, nor do we have much to pick up Turbulence Time. We're just going to start with Sun Quan. We'll pick up the rare. So we have a bunch of rares in our hand, so that's a good backup strategy to pick up the rare instead of just picking up the normal with our rare. It's going to be hard to hit Turbulence Time. We have a little bit of a choice here. We can... actually, I think we just have to do this. We're playing the rare first because we are close to hitting a rare. Now we are very close, and we will probably just look to end the round, I think. Because I don't see anything kind of materializing in terms of big points. This hand's okay. So we're probably going to open like this. Yeah. So now we have both the good 3s. I am going to play out a 2, even though it's only picking up a normal, because we have 2 2s, and if he has a Liu Bei in hand, he will no longer be able to play it, and then hopefully towards the end of the round, he would have to play it out, and then we would pick it up. Also, he can't randomly flop Liu Bei off the top, and so it increases our chances of being able to get Liu Bei. We'll do this. So this card just flopped up, and generally speaking, I prefer to go for the ones that, all other things equal, go for the ones that flopped up, because it's less likely that they have one. Alright, so he played a 12. We're going to play the 12 down, even though we could play a 4 and then R4. Just because if he has a CME in hand, we want to block it. If we pick up a CME, we win turbulence time, so we want to kind of slow roll that. Same if we pick up Liu Bei, so. And he crushes us. Okay. We're probably going to be picking up this. Yeah. Now we also have a 6, which puts us in decent shape to go for either adjuvant or opponent. We are going to do Liang first, because we don't know if we want to pick up this. We have an 8, so I think going for opponent would be easier, because we have the 8 to get Zhang Fei later, and the 8 to get, or the 6 to get Lu Bu, so that's why we're not picking up Gao Shan immediately. If we were to flip Zhuge, we might pick up Gao Shan. And now I think we have to make a little bit of a choice. Now we can delay the choice. Normally we'd like to save this for Cao Cao, but trying to delay. Okay, so now we cannot go for opponent, so we will pick up Gao Shan and just hope to get lucky and flip this and flip Ma Dai onto the Pang Day. So he cannot flip turbulence time immediately, so we are less worried about playing R3 and then trying to flip it the next turn. We are 1 away. Well, he just gets us. Oh, and he doesn't play it. Greed. So this is something, if the round's not very close to ending, the AI, if it's, yeah, so that's a little unlucky, but it's unlikely he gets turbulence time. He already played out Zhang Fei. So now we are just hoping that we will settle now. Yeah. This is a pretty bad opener. We don't have any specialty cards, and we don't pick up a lot of the good ones. We can pick up turbulence time with what we have. We're going to play our 12s first, because we can't pick up any good cards. And this is a good start. Don't want to see the Cao Cao off the board, because we need to get exactly Sun Quan and Liu Bei to get our high point strategy for this round. We're going to pick up the SR here. We can also pick up the SR there. I don't think it makes too big a difference, except for we might be able to pick up later. Oh, and then we just pip it. Okay, cool. So we're going to win this round. And then he appears, gives us the Dragon something row, which we could take a look at it. Now there's more text below this, but it's cut off. The reason it's cut off is because translation. The characters take up a lot more space when it's in English. We're going to do another one. And very nice. We like rolling low. That way we just either win quickly or lose quickly. This is a decent opener. It's nice to have multiple 7s. First thing, this is actually... We have some choices, because picking up both Cao Cao and Sun Quan early is good. We are going to pick up Cao Cao, and then we will have a bit of a decision, depending on what he does. So, I don't know why the AI seems to go for 5s early. So now we have a little bit of a decision. We can either play a 7 to prevent him from playing Guan Yu, because if we pair Guan Yu and Cao Cao, then we will win. But I think I prefer grabbing Sun Quan, because then if we get Liu Bei later, we get the 30 points instead of the 15 points. And we also have a 4 to get Simi Yi, so getting turbulence time will be easier. So we will go with that. Okay, and now we will pick up the 7. And we want to try and avoid playing our 2 for as long as possible, unless we are picking up Liu Bei with it. And we cannot avoid it any longer, so we are hoping that Sima Yi flips, because we can no longer pick up Liu Bei with the cards in our hand. Now, we will hope to either flop Sima Yi or Guan Yu, so we're going to play out our 9. A little bit risky because I think Ma Dai is still out there. Yeah, so Ma Dai, the rare, is still out there, so if he has Ma Dai in his hand, we just lose. Oh, well, we just get lucky and pick up Ma Dai ourselves. And now we will have a little bit of a decision, because we can either... When we play the 4, we can either hope that by Guan Yu the subsequent round with our 7, or we can just end the round. I think we have to end the round. Oh, we get 10 points. I think when you go 1 extra over, you get 10. I'm not sure the exact rules for that. This is a relatively good opener. We will have an easy time getting Turbulence time if we can pick up Sima Yi, because we already have Sun Quan and Liu Bei. We don't want to play the 7 out because we can hope for Guan Yu, because we already have the Liu Bei. We can pick up the Wisdom here and play for that on the Ping Tong, or we can lock in Liu Bei with an SR. We don't have a lot of SRs, so I don't think we're going to win with an SR anyways. So I think we'll just pick up the Wisdom as an alternate win condition. It's a little unfortunate. It's going to make it harder to win with Turbulence time. So now we already have 1 Wisdom card, so we kind of can wait and see if we can get Lu Su with our Sun Quan, and we don't want to play this out because I think we're going to go for a rare, because if we end the round with only 2 rounds, we will win, and so we have a little bit of a choice. I think we're going to go with Liu Bei for now. Once we get more rares, just going for the rares becomes more attractive, which we could do instead of hoping for a Guan Yu later. I think I'm going to do this instead of waiting for like a Lu Bu, just to get our rare count up. And then now we might take this. So now we will take that rare, and now we only need to spike 1 more rare, which we could randomly flip on this. We could also, well, I was going to say we could also get Lu Su. We can no longer get Lu Su. And so now we were hoping that an 11 rare flips because we can't get a 4 rare or a 3 rare. Or to just lucky flip on this, which we can no longer lucky flip on that. Does he have what he needs for Turbulence time? He does not, so we're not that worried about playing out the 4. I think I'm going to play Sun Quan out. So he needs to get Sun Quan plus either Liu Bei or Sima Yi. So he would have to flip a Sima Yi on this and then flip over the Sun Quan, or vice versa. So we're going to do this. And yeah, we will win the round. So I think we have to do... They might have updated it with the latest patch, or a patch where we have to do full damage to get a super good item. I know they also took some of the good items out of this pool and transferred it to the new horse game thing that they have. And so that might be part of why we are not getting some of the super good items, but just the books, which the books are okay. This is a really good opener with both Cao Cao and Liu Bei, although we do not have a really good way to get a 3rd Turbulence time like Sun Quan, so we just have to randomly flip it. We have 1 SR in our hands, so do we want to go for SRs? Or do we want to... I think that's fine. Because we can flip SRs with a lot of our different stuff. We're going to stall playing the 7 because we can hope to get Guan Yu, who pairs with both Liu Bei and Cao Cao. And so that happens, which is nice, which is why we don't play the 7. Okay, I'm going to play this 2 out and hope he doesn't play anything on top of it, and then we'll play this. If he does play something on top of it, not the end of the world. We can just keep playing like our 10 and our 11. So now we have a little bit of a choice. I think we kind of want to block his wisdoms to some extent. He also didn't play on a 2 last round, and he might have a 1. So if we block his rares, it's harder for him to win that way. Just a little bit of subtlety there. And now we can hope to get lucky and flop over a Simi. This is what we were hoping for. And we do 30 damage here, I think. Yeah. From pairing Guan Yu with both Liu Bei and Cao Cao. We have Guan Yu in our opener, which is great. And we also have a 2, so we can go for Liu Bei. We can also just get lucky and flip over the Cao Cao to win with Guan Yu. Deciding between leading with Guan Yu or playing one of these 11s first. I think I like playing the 11 first. And then now we're going to play the Guan Yu next round, I think. Could also play the 9 and pick up the Zhuge, but we don't have a good way to finish that out. We're actually going to play a 10 here because we have 2 10s in our hand. Okay, now we're going to play Guan Yu next round because we'll just pick up the win. Because we managed to pip the Cao Cao. Yeah, sometimes you can win or lose on turn 1 if you do both Guan Yu and Cao Cao slash... Okay, so we have 2 opponents on our hand, and there's 1 on board. So that means we're going to go for opponents pretty aggressively. We're going to first pick up the 1 on board, that way he can't pick it up. And then every turn we can play opponent, we're going to do that. Like, regardless of anything else. Except for maybe Guan Yu, we would get it just to block him from getting it. And so now we just need an 8 to flop to win. Let's keep an eye on what he's doing. So we got to try and block Cao Cao and Sun Quan, or... Perfect. So he gets Turbulence time if he gets Simi or Cao Cao, so we got to try and prevent him from doing that. One of the ways we can is, if there's a 4 or 1 open, we just take it out. We have to do the 4 anyways, but just kind of a way of thinking, because we were just trying to stall until an 8 comes on the board so we can play it out. That is the name of the game. He can also play, well, he can't play Guan Yu now. So we don't like this. We don't like that because now we lose. But that happens. Despite having an extraordinarily good opener. This hand's not very good. We have 2 SRs though, so maybe we could go for something there. I'm debating between picking up the Wisdom or picking up... I guess both. You pick up a rare, so we'll pick up the Wisdom and the rare. We might not even want the rares. We might actually just want normals because we have so many normals in our hand. Yeah, I think that might be it. What we want to do is try and accumulate just 10 normals. Not a very good hand. To some extent, like, I think your agency in this game is not, like, tremendous. Oop. Oh, we just managed to get something. We're going to settle it. Because I don't see a good way to get more points outside of getting lucky. Which, I mean, is a way, but... looking for duplicates... How do we want to play this? I think we'll start by picking up the rare on the board. The rest on the board is normals. So, we won't be able to really go for opponent because we don't have any of the other ways to get it at it. Maybe we should have played Zhuge Jin instead of Sun Quan, I think. Normally you want to play Sun Quan first, but I think we actually go for a normal victory here. I think he's got the same idea, so I think we're gonna get, yep, 10 damage? Yeah. Kind of a little slow to the party on that one. So we don't have a 6, otherwise we could go for a Jukent. Pretty nice when you can get both a Jukent and opponent on the first round. We could also pick up the Wisdom, but we don't have a good shot of going for that because we don't have a 10 and a 1, which picks up the other Wisdoms. I guess we'll do this. We have an SR in our hand, and we can pick up an SR both with Liao Hua and with... Oh no, not with Peng De anymore, because I think we already picked it up. Okay. So we can get lucky for Turbulence time, we can also get a Simi Yi, and we can also get Guan Yu done. We already picked up the good 9s. We're playing the 9s. We kind of want to slow roll our 7 because we don't want to play Zhou Kang and then have him pick up Zhou Kang. And so he's not super close to winning on SRs, rares, or normals, so we're just going to keep going slow and hope he plays out a 7 and is not holding a 7. So now we are going to play out our 7 and hope he does not pick it off. Okay, well that's also unlucky. I think we have to settle now, because we do not have a guarantee that he gets a 7 down for us to pick up. And we only need 5 points, so I'm gonna scan. We have 2 rares and 1 SR. So we can kind of go for rares. We also have a decent path to Turbulence time. So I'm going to start by picking up the Sun Quan. Nice, we get lucky getting a rare there. Alright, so... Are we more likely... We don't have any other SRs in our hand, so I think we're just going to play the normal, because we can just count to 10 normals as well. The question is do we want to play out... I think we want to play out our 8s. We're going to drop the Yan Yan first, because I think we are more likely to win on normals than on rares. So if he picks up the Yan Yan, it's not as bad as him picking up the Zhang Bao. And we just slowly progress. He's starting to accumulate some rares. Is that Turbulence time? No. A little bit of a decision here. He cannot get a rare if we drop Zhuge, because we are holding the only 1 rare, unless 1 flips that he can pick up, so we're going to do that. And if he has an 11, we're in bad shape. He does not have an 11 or a 1, but he just gets lucky. Okay. We don't have a lot of SRs, so picking up the SR doesn't seem especially useful. But I guess I think it's our favorite play, because we could also eventually pick up a Wisdom with Cao Cao. Cao Cao's probably going to be what we play next. Hope to wheel that, and we do. He's getting a lot of flips off the top of the deck, so we're in bad shape. we already picked up the good 4. So we're just gonna drop that down. This isn't looking good. I think he already picked up Liu Bei. So this isn't too bad. There are a ton of SRs on the board though, so no Guan Yu, please. Yeah, it's looking pretty bad. Hopefully we only take 5 or 10 damage here. I think we're gonna lose this round. That's not what we wanted. So that's like the you really don't want to go a large amount of rounds and then lose, because it just well, you don't want to lose anyways, but the worst case scenario is spending a lot of time and then still. So I think as a general heuristic, almost always you just pick up Guan Yu when you can. That's probably the highest priority thing, because it also prevents you from getting, like, randomly dying to, like, yeah, Guan Yu, Liu Bei, for example. We might have a decent chance of picking up opponent if we can randomly get lucky and flip over the Lu Bu. We know that Lu Bu's not in his hand. A Zhang Fei can be anywhere, though. Zhang Fei is the 8, so we are going to hold on to our 8. Normally we would prioritize holding on to our 1. We're going to hold on to our 8. Alright, well, we got to play our 8 now. A little luck. Okay, I think we end the round here. I don't think we have a very good avenue towards getting more points. Get dealt 2 opponents. Do not have the 8, the case 8 in our hand. But this is probably our best opener. Just, we can randomly flip the Zhuge and then go for adjuvant as well. We cannot flip the Zhuge, so now we don't have to worry about going for a adjuvant. So we have 2 opponents. And now we can't go for opponents. So the backup plan is just going for SRs, I guess. We only need the Zhou Yu. Not much for him to pick up off the 5, so we'll play that out. Oh, I guess we should hold on to it, because Jiang Wei is still in the deck. And Jiang Wei is a SR, so it's kind of our win condition. Kind of his as well, although I think that, well, we'll settle that. Yeah. Just slowly chipping away. Hoping for something bigger. This hand is, like, not it. Just gonna play this and see how things develop. Kinda don't know. There are, on the 11s and 12s, there are no specialty cards, so you don't really know, like, what you want to go for. Or they're the most non-committal ones. Because we could get Gao Shan with Lu Bu if we were going for a adjuvant, and if we're going for opponent, we want to save this. And if we're going for a adjuvant, we want to save this, so we'll just do this, because bird in the hand, I guess. Turbulence time, owie. Very fast turbulence time as well. This hand is good. We have Guan Yu, and we have an ability to get Cao Cao if we see him. So we will try and hold on to this one as long as possible. It doesn't look super good with the board that was dealt out, because we can't play a lot of our other cards, so chances are, yeah, we're going to have to use our 1. But, yeah, don't like that. Don't like that either. Okay, well, we just get a shellacking, but at least it was a relatively quick shellacking. Not happy to roll the 12 rounds, but what can you do? Suppose you could save and reload a bunch. Probably not worth the time, but... Okay, we do not have a... Oh, we do have a way to pick up the Liu Bei. So that'll pair with Guan Yu once we can play it. Until then, I think the most important thing we're going to go for is blocking his place. So getting the opponent... So now he can't win with opponent. And he can't win with a Jukent. He can win with Wisdom, so we gotta watch out for that. And he can win by just collecting a bunch of normals. Did he already... Yeah, he already got Ping Tong, so we're gonna play this out, because this prevents him from getting as many... Instead of playing out a normal. Okay, so we're just gonna play Guan Yu and take the round. Didn't seem like we could go for too many more points. And just ending the round is generally best. You feel really dumb when you don't end the round and then you lose. Because it's not your points versus their points. I think we'll start with this. Nice. Not looking as nice anymore. So we have 3 rares, that's probably what we're going towards. We already picked up the rare off the 11, I think. But not off the 12, so we'll do that, and then we'll play our 9 out. And then we'll play Mock out if he doesn't nab our 9. Which, it's always brutal when you play something that you can flip next turn and then they flip it and then you have to play down again. Things are looking bad when he has that many normals. And he wins the round. I think that's super rare, rare, and normal is like what it stands for. I have no idea what it's supposed to stand for. We will play this out. We could also do lead with the 6, but we'll do this. 6 actually might have been a little bit better. Not sure. Now we will definitely do this. So we have blocked all of the named combos. We have blocked opponent, Wisdom, and Adjukant. So he cannot possibly win that way. And he has blocked opponent, so we can't win that way. So this Makao is effectively a vanilla SR. Now he's blocked Adjukant. So I can't win that way. Zhuge Liang is actually just not a very good card in this game because he doesn't help you. There are like no combos. Zhuge Liang just makes you do more damage when you already have winning combos, and I think just winning with combos is better, so he makes for a really good card to just like play out and to try and wait. This is looking pretty grim because we can't let him get a rare or a super rare. I don't think I've seen a lot of 3s, so good chance he has Lu Su in his hand, which is not good. I guess we win this round. And then, pretty bad opener. Guess we have a good opening play though, or relatively good. And that's a nice flip. Alright, I think we go for SRs here. Don't think there's a difference between taking Zhang Liao or Zhou Yu. We hope to wield the Zhang Liao. And looks like we will be getting pretty good. And we get to win it. Not a very good opener for doing a lot of damage. Decent for doing a small amount. This is nice. We have 4 cards for Turbulence Time. And we get to flip one of them immediately, so that's cool. We can randomly pip Sun Quan. We just get lucky with the Liu Bei. And so we only need to play Cao Cao to do 30 damage. And we just get lucky. We will do the damage immediately. Maybe we could have stalled and tried to play it a little bit slower to find a way to pick up the extra 5, but we were like so close to the start of the match that I think it wasn't worth it. Now we only need to win, and we have 2 rares in our opener, so that's something to keep in mind, all other things equal. We have 2 4s, so I think we'll just play out our 4. We also have 2 9s, so we'll do this and try and make it hard for him to score a lot of points on us. Since we have Liu Bei and Sima Yi, he's not going to get Turbulence Time. Unless we somehow can't stop him with these cards. And then, yeah. Alright, we will also pick up this. We can randomly flip a Zhang Fei now to win. Not too worried about him picking up Sun Quan when we have Liu Bei and Sima Yi in our hand, but we are worried about him picking up Cao Cao, because now if he has Guan Yu, he wins. He can only accumulate normals off this, and we get Guan Yu for the win. Wait, oh, we just have to play Liu Bei now. Okay. Checking to see if he has already played Gojia. He has not, and he has the other wisdoms, so we do not want to lay this down. That's really important. We already got both the good 9s, I think. So we are going to put this down. This 9, he can only get normals off of it. Kind of want to deny him being able to pick up more rares. We do not want to play, so we have to play this because, see, if he has Gojia in his hand, he'll do a ton of damage to us if we play the 1. And now, yeah, so just taking 5 damage is not too bad. We don't care that much, we would just want to prevent, like, the huge amounts of damage. We have 2 opponents in our starter. We do not have the 8 for the 3rd one. There's the 3rd one there. Probably going to lead here. Or actually, we're going to lead with Cao Cao. This is our best bet for avoiding receiving maximum damage. Since we already have 2 opponents in our hand, we block opponents. And now we will... taking Cao Cao prevents... Ooh, we just get lucky. So now we can play opponents for the win. I'm not sure if we should play this. I think it's early enough where we can play Chang'an and hope to wheel it to play our Lu Bu for the win, and he will have 3 other plays he can go for, or just not have a play. And then we win. Maximum damage. Jade Cloud Horse. So if we take a look, it gives Riding, Calm, and Cavalry. If we look at our masters, which I like to do, so we can give that to Zhuge Liang to give him Cavalry and Calm, which are both military, and so I think we'll do that. So if we look, his military score going into it is 101. Make very sure to click replace instead of award, because award just makes the item disappear. I don't know if it asks if you're sure. So his mill score went up by 2. If we take a look, calm is now extremely high. Calm is actually, I think, one of the best stats in mill because it gives you resistance to tactics, and so it's the most universally useful stat as far as a unit goes. Although you can just add extra officers for good comm. So, for example, all 3 of these, if you're leading, you only need a really high stat in one of them to be a really good officer, but every officer benefits from comm. And then tactics, is only going to be useful if you're using tactics, so not every officer really gets a lot from using tactics. Anyway, just some food for thought. So this is why getting items like this is the main reason for doing the Hana card versus the Seer. Maybe we can play one more round. We've already played several. Kind of don't want to get lost in a really long one. I think we will play one more, see what we can get. Hopefully low roll. 5's pretty low. And we did max damage. Both the times we did max damage, we got one of the nice items, and both the times we just barely beat him, we got a book, which isn't what we wanted. So I think for 8s, Yan, it's either Yan or normal, so I think we're going to pick that up. There's better 3s to pick up, better 4s to pick up, better 7s, better 6s. Really better 7s because you want to pick up Guan Yu. So that was the other good 4, so now there's no good 4s. But we want to preserve our chance of getting Guan Yu. Still want to preserve our chance of getting Guan Yu. Well, now we have to play it out. The jig is up. We have a solid chance of winning on rares. Because while we can't pick up any rares with these cards... Actually, no, we can pick up Lusu with the 3, but we're kind of just hoping to flip one of these. That's unlucky. We don't want to play the Liu Bei out. The reason why is if he picks that up, he will do a ton of damage to us. Alright, there we go. Nice. And then we also have this for picking up Liu Bei, which tables immediately. Can make an argument for picking up the Wisdom. I think that would be a fair argument to make, but we're just going to pick up Liu Bei. And we are hoping to randomly flip Sun Quan to get Turbulence time. He already picked up Sima Yi. Not that good a chance we do it, but by picking up both Liu Bei and... we're getting both Liu Bei and Cao Cao makes it so that Guan Yu is not scary. If we lucky flip that, we will win. And if we flip Guan Yu, we also win. Other than that, our path to victory is we don't really have a very good one. Because we're not high in SRs, Rs, or normals. Kind of want to avoid playing out the Cheng Pu now that he's sitting on 4 rares. Don't mind him picking that up. Yeah. Not looking too good. Yikes. So he just needs one of anything to beat us, and I'm sure there's a lot of combos he can get as well that do a ton of damage, but we just get the draw. This is a very strong opener because we have enough for Turbulence time plus the extra damage from Zhuge Liang, and so we will try and play that out quickly unless we think we need to or can block something of our opponent's. So we'll start here because we're picking up the wisdom, which now wisdom is blocked. We'll probably try and get that next. He's already played out of 3. And so we're going to try for max damage here. Would have been safer to play the 3. But now we're going to play the 3. Unless we're going to check if he has a Zhuge. He does not. So we could play the 6 to block him from winning that way. But we're just going to pick this up because we need to... And so now, if that 4 wheels, we are going to do, I think, 40 damage. Quite a lot. Alright. So we're in good shape to finish him off, especially getting Delta Cow Cow at a 7. We have multiple 9s, so I don't mind missing out on Maw Cow with one of them. Plays out Liu Bei, so we cannot get Turbulence Time as a win, but we can prevent him from getting it. The 5 doesn't open us up to anything particularly bad. We need to avoid playing the 4 and the 1 to prevent him from getting Turbulence Time, and we can't really play the 7 because otherwise he can pick up Guan Yu, so we are really limited in terms of... There's a lot of cards we don't want to play out. It looks pretty grim right now, just because we're kind of getting pressured by all the stuff we don't want to play. If he picks that up, he wins. Does a lot of damage. Yep. His hand's okay. And we want to do 15 damage if possible. This puts us in a good position to go for Turbulence Time. Just need Cow Cow or Liu Bei, but we don't have a 1 or a... Well, we can't get Cow Cow now. We don't have a 2 to pick up Liu Bei, so we just have to get lucky with it if we're going to get it. Okay. Not okay. One more. Let's do one more. And just hope we don't get a big roll. 2 is nice. Okay. And so even if we lose this, we're still going to continue on. It'll also be still trying to test that theory, because before it used to be, there's been a patch since I played a lot of these. Before it used to be you just need to win and you can win a really good item. But now they might make it you have to actually finish them off to get the really good items. Okay, so... We can just, like, soft go for opponent, I guess. There are 2 opponents on board, and so we could just lucky flip the 3rd. That's not really much of a plan, I think. But we can... In doing that, we're also picking up SRs, and we have an SR in our hand, so our next, we're hoping to pick this up, I think. Nice. So normally we'd want to play out our 11 when we have 2 11s, but we're just going straight for SR win. And he has a lot of normals. We have a decent amount of normals too. We're going to play out our 11 and hope it wheels so we can play Zhou Yu. Yikes. He might be getting close to it. Well, he's getting close to a rare win, and I think he's just 1 away from a Zhuge. He just needs the 6. So that's a little spooky. Hopefully a 6 doesn't come off. He might have a 4 here, in which case, okay, he has that kind of 4. So... This isn't looking so good. We could have randomly flipped a 4. Now the 6 comes. Then it's good he doesn't have a 6. He does manage to get... Ugh. So we have to do more than 10 damage to win the round. Having 2 wisdoms in our opener is nice. We do not have the 3, though, to pick up the 3rd, so that's going to be difficult. We're going to start here, I guess. Gonna need to get lucky to get 15 points here. We could flip Guan Yu and then get Cao Cao. That's one way we could do that. We also have... Oh, this is good. We have 2 wisdom guys. So we only need 1 more. And it's this guy in our hand, so... And that's gonna give us 20 points. We are going to have to face a decision soon here, whether we play out like the 11. Okay, perfect. I was going to say whether we play out the 11 and then play out Dianwei and then go Jia trying to pick it up, but we just managed to flop this. So it seems like you have to beat them completely now in order to get the special items. Cavalry book and that sort of stuff is okay. We don't hate it. I wish I knew what... So there are sets of items, and I don't know what the Cloud Dragon type robe corresponds to because I can't read the bottom. Because it's translated and they don't care about formatting, which I am more than happy with, because if it's between having a translation with poor formatting and not having a translation, I'd rather do that. But I think we're going to call it for today. We did entirely Hana cards, so that was fun. We managed to pick up, let's see, in terms of good items, the only really good item we managed to pick up was this horse, but this horse is quite good. 20 riding's quite a lot. We also could have said to ourselves, hey, this riding score is enough that we want to give it to our, like, our dual commander, but Comm and Cavalry, both good. Also, Zhuge Liang was kind of hurting for a cavalry score. It's one of his weaknesses as a military. It's his only weakness, really. You can make an argument for Navy. Like, I think my favorite person for being your military guy is Zhou Yu. And the reason why is I don't really value cavalry that much. Both Zhou Yu and Zhuge Liang have low cavalry scores. But Zhou Yu has a really high Navy score, and he also has high tactics and comm. Can also make an argument for Sima Yi, because he is the most balanced in this regard. You know, he has high cavalry, archer, and infantry, and he has really high comm. I believe his comm is higher than Zhuge Liang's, not ours because he has a bunch of items, but the base stat, I believe, is higher than Zhuge Liang's. Not 100% sure. So he makes also a really good one, but the problem is the best item for these guys is a hand weapon, and Sima Yi uses a spear rather than single hand. Cao Cao is also quite good. He doesn't have a high archer score, which I think is like kind of the best stat, so there's that, but he has high cavalry. So does Sima Yi, though. Lu Jun also has the high navy. He has a pretty low academic relative to these guys. Well, not Cao Cao, but oh, I forgot that's one of the reasons not on Sima Yi. He's got a low academic, relatively speaking. But okay. That was fun. And I will... So next time... What will we be doing next time? I'm not really sure. I think we're just kind of in a bit of a waiting position, where we're just gonna like be passing turn, trying to employ more officers, and eventually trying to push through here. If I recall correctly, he actually doesn't have a lot of units here, so I guess next time we will be first trying to secure our rear by taking out Nanzhang Fortress. I think we will also have a chance to get new officers out of Nanzhang Fortress. Why don't we have this guy? Do we already have him transporting? Yeah, so we're going to have him transport to here. And transport the food and the gold. leave a little food behind. I don't know how important that is, but we'll do that. And then once these guys get nice and equipped up, we will march out and first take out this, and then take out Jiaoji. This is a little bit of plan, I think, for next episode. But I will see you then.